Hi Cancer, here is a general look at your solar chart for April 2016, and here's some astro notes for the month ahead. We have until the 12th, we've got some Uranus-Pluto action across the sun, so that could mean there is this feeling of changeableness or surprise, maybe inwardly shifting your position in the area of career, or across the world stage, or in your general direction. It could also have something to do with a parent, or those in authority, officials, bureaucracy, and the like. We have Mars very close by degree to Neptune, bringing some confusion, because this is for all the signs, uncertainty there, but for you that might mean that's in the area of that would be in the area of a very practical area of abilities and skills and work, but also what you believe, what you aspire to, what you dream of. And this can be connected to education, but also to location as well. Travel, distant lands, or your own land, indeed. But there is this feeling of just unreality, really, and because there are certain things that you can't be clear about regarding these locations, or this travel, or this type of work maybe, or training, or whatever it is for yourself or for somebody else, or maybe it's to do with a health issue. It can be that as well. The thing is, with Mars going over Neptune, and it's always difficult to describe these things, but it just means that we are stymied when we want to get the clarity to forge ahead, make a decision, initiate something, get on with it. It's kind of, the issues get fudged somehow or other. There can be some secrecy around. We know there's things hidden, you see, but we don't know what they are. That's the thing. Now, another way it can work is you can be of service. You can put your own schedule or desires on one side, because you're just going to be there for a cause, or something you consider to be bigger than you are. There's no ifs, no buts. You've got to do this. Call of duty, that kind of thing. But also others can be coming towards you. They are putting themselves out for you. Now, on April the 7th, there is going to be an interesting new moon. It's happening in Aries, and it is conjuncting Uranus. So I thought it was worth a mention. And that is also in hard aspect to Pluto, but with a really nice supportive aspect coming in from Saturn. So basically it means that within this time of change, with the winds of change blowing across everything, and this uncertainty, because you're out in the open sea maybe, and you are heading for the new world, but you've never been there before, or maybe you're in outer space and you've never been there before, and you're hitting there's some asteroids around, and you're hitting some rough weather, because of course I'm either in outer space or I'm in the open sea, but in my mind they're very similar, as there are new worlds out there, whether they're planets or continents. It's in my head, it's just the same, with the same amount of kind of so-called foreign or alien beings, but it's just the same, really. And then they will be the equivalent of Pocahontas brought back to parade in front of everybody. Look at this barbarian from a foreign land, this, and that'll be an alien from an alien civilization. But that's just me and my crazy head. However, now where was I? Yes, we're going across, we're in unknown sort of territory. We don't quite know. We haven't got it mapped. We're making the map as we're going along. So there's a lot of uncertainty and change in the air, and particularly for you cardinal signs. Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn, cardinal signs, or with the sun, the moon, the rising sign, or an important point or planet, if you know your natal chart, in and around that degree, which is 15 to 23 degrees. So remember to be flexible, see it as an experiment, as sort of experiment at the moment, because you got to suck it and see. It's you know, it's not kind of it's the conclusions, the solutions haven't been arrived at yet. In whatever way this relates to your life. Don't get too restless. Don't be precipitate. Don't be hasty. This is another thing that can be going on here. Just do the steady building, keeping your head screwed on, keeping cool, calm, and collected, and until something begins to give you the signal, the feedback that you're going in either the wrong or the right direction with this thing, whatever it is. But this is a time for you to be, I would say, more independent in your thinking and your action, more innovative, really very much coming from really where you honestly feel you stand. And that is not listening to all of the, you know, yeah, because the progressive trends are in the pipeline, you know, so you want to be going towards the right progressive trend for you. And then you can be successful, or doing something differently, or shifting your position, or tweaking, or rethinking a little bit. It could be a little bit like that, but only if you're in tune with your inner self. Should you be doing that? I mean, that is, you know, easier said than done, isn't it? Because we have always have all sorts of pressures. But I want to say that because of the really good aspect coming in from Saturn, that we can build an infrastructure for a world, you know, kind of a plan, to really sort of a progressive sort of plan to take to climb around. We've got to give it that kind of matrix, that structure to climb around, and that is this steady working towards better things, whatever that is for you. So with idealistic Jupiter opposite dreamy Neptune at the same time, this fogginess, this uncertainty, so trying to separate the real from the ideal. You know, what is the truth here? Where can I feel safe and secure to expand and to kind of merge, and where do I have to really pull back and cut back? Whether that's me and my ideas, or whether it's my garden, or whether it's my relationship, or whether you know, somebody peddling something, trying to sell me something, whatever it is. But keep away from dodgy schemes or people that just don't kind of, you know, click right in you. And don't try and be a superhuman. Just be a warts and all human. That will do nicely. Now we have Jupiter in a hard angle to Saturn. This is like within the unknowing, within the strict sort of structure of this thing. Whether it's the unknowing, we can be free, or whether it's something else, whether it's within strict sanctions or stricter kind of rules in some way, we can be free. It's called making the best of it, really, but also beyond making the best of it, really doing a lot better than anybody ever thought, including yourself, you see. So if this is making any sense to you, I'm really pleased, because that's what I'm trying to do, is trying to help you to make sense of something, or just giving you maybe a little bit more of a light thrown on it, because I don't know what your contexts are. I can only look at the sort of the vibes blowing through, you see, and imagining all sorts of situations they might be applicable to. But you know, I'd be sitting here all day if I went into everything. So late month, we got transiting Uranus, Pluto, and Venus all together. This is more riding on how you feel in a relationship. This is really getting you more involved here. This is where Venus is to do with what's going on at a distance, or through politics, or through the law, or through education, or through through the interpretation of laws and politics, so like through media as well, and this is you maybe getting sucked into it, or maybe there's a power kind of thing going on, a power struggle going on. Again, there's this feeling of, I don't have enough here to make an informed choice. I don't have enough here to know what really is going on here, how it's going to end up, how it is really, because there's things hidden. You know, there's an awful lot of that. It's very, very difficult to describe. I mean, I'm having a problem with it. But this is for all the signs. But as you know, you are a cardinal sign, this could be just a little bit more relevant to you. Yeah. That's, I'm going to just leave that like that. Then we have the solar energy in an area up until the 20th, where you're taking your targets and goals more seriously. You're thinking about, again, what's going on the wider stage, and officials and image, outer image, and the like, and doing a lot of talking about that, maybe having to deal with paperwork, having to discuss things with officials or parents, or just people who've got more power than you have, or who are in positions where they can pull strings, maybe. You never know your luck. And then you have Mercury moving out of there into a very sort of sociable area where you can hang out with others, you can compare notes with others in a group context, or just with friends, and generally kind of put the world to rights, or even join in a new association of some kind, a new club, a new it's all about the collective mind. So the collective mind buzzing away, and of course the internet is totally governed by this particular area here, where Mercury is going to be from the 6th. And then we have Venus in supporting, making you feel supported by those that you're related to far away, at a distance, or at least there is that potential for support, for potential for friendship, for connection with those at a distance, and or even romance, I have to say. And you as the support to them, you as the bringing the warmth, bringing the sense of sharing towards them as well. And then from the 6th that changes, and then it's more about what's going on in an official sort of way across the wider stage. Again, bureaucracy, people in high places, well disposed towards you from the 6th. So yeah, like I said, you never know, you're more likely to get that kind of favor in your direction from the 6th onwards, people who are in a position to pull strings. Now we have Mars and Saturn in the same area. So Mars is helping you to learn, new strings to your bow, helping you to learn to manage, to get organized with work, whether that is your own work at home or at the workplace. It's daily duties, methodologies, techniques, and you're having to get your head around things in a practical kind of a way. There could be maybe some irritation at times with co-workers, or the way things are done, maybe, or people that you mix with during work. There can be always with Mars. Mars always, tends to heat things up and can bring out that more kind of feisty, irascible, I meant to say, side. Saturn is in there as well, so it's like, okay, I am building here, I'm moving towards an outcome, I'm keeping ahead of the game with practical chores and maintenance, whether that's at work or whether that's to do with your home area or your work area, if your personal work area. Service providers, co-workers, or even certain equipment or techniques may present obstacles or cramp your style at times. This is a long Saturn transit, so it depends on other things, particularly when Saturn's going retrograde, which Saturn is at the moment. So you Cancerians born the 5th to the 8th of July with 14 to 17 degrees rising, going to feel that energy the most. And then we have Jupiter, expansiveness, tending to support a more outgoing, upbeat frame of mind. Jupiter is until September in a very favorable angle to your sun sign, but just at the moment over April, there is this kind of fogginess there, with Neptune getting in the way. However, both Jupiter and Neptune are in a good angle to your sun sign, so it's likely that you will be able to get your head above that fog and see, you know, things more quickly. Or maybe it's not like that. Maybe you just sense. You're very, very intuitive sign, so you'll just sense where it feels right, and how it will end up, and how it's panning out. You'll just be sensing that, and you will be developing your skills through reading, writing, speaking, through creative art as well, some of you, and through education, through communications, things like I'm doing here, or other types of communications, media. You Cancerians born from the 3rd to the 7th of July with 12 to 16 degrees rising, going to feel that energy the most. And just to mention, Uranus coming at your sign from Aries, which is at the top of your chart, which is what I was saying at the beginning. There could be a feeling of rethinking or tweaking in that area there. You Cancerians feeling that the most will be born 10th to the 15th of July, or with 19 to 23 degrees rising, or like I said before, in particular, what did I say, 15 to 23 degrees, didn't I? But 19 to 23 degrees rising, and then in lessening degrees on either side of that, going all the way out, you know, lower or higher degrees, because the whole sign will feel this, and then, but not to the same degree. It's all about degree. And then Pluto, you Cancerians born the 8th to the 10th of July, or with 17 to 18 degrees rising, going to feel Pluto in your opposite sign the most strongly at this stage in this month. And again, opposite sign energy is altering your feelings, or is teaching you some really, really profound lessons, but because of what's going on with somebody in you know, somebody in your life who is not necessarily opposed to you, but partners, and close relationship people like that. Or maybe somebody that you like to be in close relationship with, but you're not. And so you're learning really deep lessons about, you know, how you are with yourself, and whether you like yourself, or whether there's aspects of your partnership with yourself you'd like to change. It could be a little bit of each side, really. And that's it for April. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, listen to those. And also, this is written up on DianaGarland.com. You can check that out there, and I'll see you the next time.